Hello everybody, Little Gamer here today, and I'm so happy you have decided to join me. I am sorry if my voice sounds hoarse. This is the 10th time that I have tried to record this voice over, and this will probably be the 10th time that my cat knocks things down or harasses me. It is bedtime for him. He's supposed to be sleeping, but he refuses to go to sleep, and it is late, so I can't have him run around, so he's now just pestering me, and I have no other time of day to do this other than now. If you are sensitive to the following topics, please turn away from the video and click off of it. I do not want to be held responsible or blamed for someone's panic attack or PTSD episode if you are sensitive to these following topics. We will be speaking about child neglect, abuse, crime, murder, and drug addiction. So if you're sensitive to any of these things, please click away. Alright, you have had your chance to click away, and I'm going to dive right on into this. So, yeah. This is August Mansfield. He is a 35-year-old adult, and he is the older brother to his darling little sister, who is 10 years old, 10 or 11 years old, I think, Amelia. Now, August's backstory is heartbreaking. When he was a child, his father was constantly in prison, and his mother was constantly high. She was always doing drugs. She was on heroin and cocaine, for example, and she was barely ever conscious. And when she was probably on cocaine and doing other things. His father was in and out of prison and was emotionally abusive and neglectful towards his son and wife. He was something that they both were terrified of. Now, when August was about, let me think, I'd say he's about 10 or 11 years old, his father finally got out of prison for good. August went and he went with his mom to go pick up his dad, and his dad was just, oh my god, this kid is ugly as fuck. He looks like a wimp. Is he even able and capable of doing anything? Basically degraded his son right then and there. So August immediately did not like his dad. And that was the first time he met his dad. So, when he was about 10 or 11 years old, he's like, I don't like you. You're an asshole. Fuck you. Mom's not any better, but shit. Quickly, August realized that his dad was a piece of shit. And, they did not get along. His father constantly belittled him and basically broke down his self-esteem for quite a while. I mean, think about it. Being 10 or 11 years old and constantly being told you're worthless, that's going to do some damage. Permanent damage, probably, but, you know, it's going to do some damage. Now, when August was about 12 years old, his mother went on a very, very big binge. Or, I think it's called a bender. I don't know. I don't do drugs. That was my cat. I'm doing everything I can to remain calm, because if that's broken, I'm gonna be pissed. Where was I? Oh yeah, I think it's called a bender. I don't know. I'm not in the drug community. I don't do drugs, so I don't know what it's called, or the street terms for it. But his mother went on a good 3 to 4 month binge, on all the drugs she could get a hold of. And when she got home, she was pretty out of it, like significantly out of it. And, of course, being the sweet boy he was, he took care of his mama. He made sure she wasn't ODing actively, and that she was alive and as clean as he could get her to be. You know, he cleaned her face with a wet wipe, wiped her down, all that, and tucked her into his bed, because he wasn't about to go put her in his dad's bed, because holy hell, no one wanted to be near that man. And ironically, on the day his mother returned home and was unconscious, his dad came home from his quote-unquote job. And, well, August didn't want his dad to know that his mom was home just yet, so he kept his door shut, which wasn't abnormal. And August stayed out of his room, staying in the kitchen to do his homework. his father was just like, "What you doing in the kitchen for? Don't you usually do this shit in your room?" And he's like, yes, sir, I do. But I need to clean my room, and I need to get this done also. So once I get this done, I'm gonna go clean my room. Um, and then I'll go start on dinner, Dad. And of course, that bought his dad to, that got his dad to calm the fuck down and go to bed. And yeah, and then it eventually got bad because his dad would constantly abuse both August and his mother, but mostly he would always verbally abuse him, saying, "You're so useless, you're so stupid," bringing him down, belittling him. And finally, one day, August had enough. He had enough. He was sick of his mother's codependency on him as a child, because when August was a baby, you know how when babies cry, you pick them up, and you're supposed to coddle them and comfort them? That's not how it worked with his mom. His mom would go to his room while she was crying and pick him up and hold him. And then his dad constantly belittling him. He had it. He was 16 years old. He was done with this bullshit. He had saved up enough money to leave. And he packed up all his shit, everything he bought himself and had the receipts for, and he moved into an apartment away from his parents. Now, on the night after packing up and sending all this shit away, he came back home in the middle of the night, and then in the morning acted as if everything was normal. Had his school bag ready and everything. But he was actually excited because today was the last day he was ever going to see his fucking parents again, you know? And when he went to go to school, he heard his dad belittling his mom, and then he heard a slap. His dad had finally lost all patience, or what he said was patience, and slapped his mom. And all August saw was red. He knew his mom could be a handful. She was a drug addict, for fuck's sake. She was a narcissistic, codependent drug addict. But she was his mom. And if you know sons, if you know boys, if you know kids as general, there is one thing you do not do, and that is lay your hands on their mother. August sighed, set his book bag down, walked up to his father, and laid him out flat on that floor. It only took one good punch, and his dad was down. His dad was shocked and looked up at his son, and August said, "If you ever touch my mom, or even say anything to my mother that isn't 'I love you' or 'you are wonderful,' and I won't stop beating your ass." And he took his bag. He left about $30 out in front of his mom, saying, "It's for food. Get you a hotel. Get clean." And then he left to school. And then after going to school, he went to his new home. And it was a good, I'm going to say, about 10 years before he even heard anything about his parents again. I think he was 26 years old when a CPS worker knocked on his front door. Now, between then and there, he had gotten a job, he had graduated high school, he had actually saved up enough to go to college, and he even worked through college just to make sure he didn't go into debt. And he actually also qualified for quite a few scholarships, so he did good for himself. And he had a 2-bedroom house. Now, he used the second bedroom as like an office area and everything. But then one day, he opens his door I think he was about 26 or 27, and there's a CPS worker there. And she has a 4-year-old little girl holding her hand. And she's like, "Excuse me, are you Mr. August Mansfield?" And he's like, "Yes, ma'am." And she's like, may I come inside and speak to you? There's a lot I must tell you. And he's like, of course, sorry about the mess. I wasn't expecting anybody. I had a party the other night before. I don't party often, but sometimes I throw it. It was a birthday party, you know. I am so sorry about all the mess. I was in the midst of cleaning it all. I'm so sorry. And she's like, oh, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's a birthday party. It's fine, honey. It's absolutely okay. I would have called ahead of time, but our phone system was down. And it was down. Their phone system was down because, you know, sometimes cities don't do their systems correctly and shit happens. And, so she walks in and she's got little Amelia in her hand, and she's like, this is Amelia. She is your sister. I am sorry to say that your mother and father, they passed. And you are the closest next of kin, both legally and DNA-wise. This happened about at 2 a.m. last night, so she's been in our custody for a little while, and we managed to find you, and we are happy for you. Would you be able to... You have legally been made her caretaker, and we would like to drop her off here and ensure that she will be okay. And he's like, I didn't even know I had a sister. Shit, I'm so sorry. Oh, fuck, you're not supposed to cuss in front of kids. He was so panicky. He was so worried. He immediately just started cleaning. He's like, can I get you anything? I don't know how to deal with the CPS thing. And honestly, the CPS worker adored him. He was so nervous about it, and he felt so bad about the mess and everything. And then he got down to Amelia's level, and he's like, hi, I'm your older brother. My name's August. They say your name's Amelia. That's a very pretty name. And I'm telling you, Amelia took a shining to her older brother immediately. She just hugged him. She's 4 years old. She don't know what the fuck's going on, but she hugs him because she's a sweet baby. And she just babbles off to him. He's like, oh, really? Oh, really? Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Oh, she did what now? Miss CPS worker, the jig's up. She told me all your secrets. And it was just adorable to see. Now, Amelia, I'm going to say she's 10 years old now. And they are having quite the happy life. Now, August does have Amelia and himself in some therapy. They go every week, every Friday. They go to see the therapist. They speak sometimes they speak individually, sometimes they speak together, but they both have access to therapy and are learning healthy coping mechanisms and communication skills. And every night, well, not every night, but every Wednesday night, August has parenting classes that he goes to. He wants to be, at the very least, a decent parental figure, you know? He knows he'll never really be the father figure that she needs in her life, but goddammit, he's gonna try, you know? And once every 3 months, what this boy does is every month he saves up about $30 or $40, and then he adds it to like a little savings area or a savings jar, and then every 3 months he'll take her to a little decoration store or to a Dollar Tree or whatever, and he'll be like, have at it. Get some decorations. I think we need some new flowers, but I don't know what I'm doing. You seem to know a lot about that. And because she loves to decorate. It's one of her passions. She loves decoration. She loves fashion. She loves all the girly stuff. And he's just like, I have no clue about any of that, but you know what? Have at it. He actually is paying for her to have acting lessons because she said she wants to be an actress when she grows up. And he's going to make damn well sure that she doesn't end up being one of those actresses, if you know what I mean. Not that there's anything wrong with sex work, but, you know, that's his little sister. But, yeah. Anyway, we are coming up to the end of this video, and I hope you have had a good day and you enjoyed. So please, have a good day, and please, please, please be safe. Bye-bye!